I don't know.
Have you heard of Muscle Island before?
No. Can I put it in the same genre as Dick Fight?
We're live, by the way.
Whoops. I forgot to mention that's Dick Fight Island. Dick Fight Island.
Oh my god, what a time to come in.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Read This Way.
This is what happens when you don't
pre-warn me.
Welcome.
Have you seen anything on that?
No.
It's good. Oh, it's so much fun. So much fun.
Oh man,
okay.
that killed me more than it should have. Welcome, Dapper Lass. Welcome to episode 48 of Read This Way. We're getting close to that episode 50 mark. It's getting. I didn't realize we're.
So sorry to anybody listening. My end might be a little bit noisy, as there's a bit of a thunderstorm going over. Yeah, and I may possibly disappear at some point.
You just lost your monitor a moment ago.
My visuals, yeah, my monitor just dropped down on me. It was great. Right. Straight into news. We're going straight into news.
Straight into news. Well, hang on.
Do you want to hit off with the?
Do I want to start off with the
big news? The big news.
The big news. The biggest of news, or the news that everyone won't shut up about?
Yeah, that one, because everybody's going to know that news anyway. So it's not really news.
So after next week's chapter of One Piece, there will be a 4-week hiatus as Oda's going in for some eye surgery. Getting that astigmatism fixed, boy.
I'll tell you what, I would not want to be that surgeon. That dude has got goddamn responsibility on the end of his fingers, and if he screws that up, oh boy.
And let's be honest, like, knowing Oda, he is not going to actually rest. He is going to just continue doing, like, working.
He'll find some way to work, won't he? Even though it's not both eyes, it's just one eye, isn't it?
I don't actually know.
He did say that he was getting lasers installed, but
that's right.
Yeah.
All right, that makes.
I think he's having laser eye surgery.
So I haven't actually seen the
post,
the translation. All right, so the what I'll do, I'll bring up this one. Anyone that can read Japanese,
bring up the actual post.
There we go. I mean, he'll stop while he's under and then continue going as soon as. So the translation.
Idea of him still going, while getting his eye surgery done, he's just like still going away.
So the translation is: I'm currently surprising you all with the final arc of One Piece, but I really want to have a little operation. I'm going to have surgery to shoot beams from my eyes. I'm just joking around. But I have been currently thinking stuff like, there are a lot of people with twins these days.
What? Yeah, I know. It's like this weird tangent.
Like, I mean, he does tangent a lot.
Well, who doesn't?
I have severe astigmatism, which makes things look blurry. This has been interfering with my work, and I've been talking to my editor about it since last year. he said, "Well, go ahead." So I'll come back with improved eyesight. I will also be able to
talking
see
about it since
themes.
last year. Oh my god, this man, seriously.
I know, man. I know. um.
It's probably been
So
going
yeah,
on for years.
yeah. It's probably progressively getting worse and worse, and yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be starting Jump issue 29, so not next week, but the week after. So we get one more chapter, which for sure will be a massive bombshell drop. Kind of hoping that it's going to wrap up the Reverie, which I feel like it will, which means we will have 2 months of no actual Straw Hat member appearing in the manga, and yeah, like a full month break, which he needs. I hope he actually does take a break. I dare say for the first
and
week.
I know that's not going to happen.
I mean, for the first week, I guarantee you they are going to duct tape bandages to his face just so he can't open those eyes.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he will
forced
work.
to rest. Yeah. It's because it's not work to him. This is he's playing in the tub with his toys. You know, he's not he's not working. So it's but it's good that he's actually doing something about it. I wonder how much it's going to change his work. And if his eyesight's really been that bad for a little while, I'd say his assistants have been doing a lot more work than they normally would.
That's a good point. I didn't actually consider that.
Maybe we're going to see a stretch back to earlier.
Udo like starts flicking through his old stuff after the surgery. And he's like, "Guys, why didn't you force me to get this surgery earlier? This is garbage." While all of us One Piece fans are like eating that shit up.
Yeah, and it completely changes, and then to Murata scale detail. He should take the 4 weeks off and just get Murata to do a few chapters for him.
Yeah, why not? Nah, Murata's busy doing One Punch Man.
He's a busy boy, isn't he?
He's
always busy. He's always working on something, and I love that about him. He's always working on one title or another, and he hops between stuff so much and works on multiple projects at the same time. He was working on that animation not long ago. He was trying to get some indie animation up and going, which he probably still will.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I hope that he does, because it looked unreal.
Forgot about that.
Very cool concept.
What was he doing mangaka-wise before he picked up One Punch Man? Yeah, that picked up.
Yeah, sorry.
How dare you, man?
I'm trying. I'm just... Yeah, it's not working. It's so heavy.
Has Hiro Mashima wrapped up Eden Zero, or has he just launched a new title again?
He's wrapped up Eden. He had wrapped up Eden Zero. Was it this year? I did see the post about that.
Oh, okay.
Because he's got a new title coming out, doesn't he? Or he's got
a new title coming out. Nope.
Yeah.
Looks like it's a new title.
Which look kind of cool. Demon King sort of setup.
Short-term serialization.
Yeah. I like that, though. I like it when they do stuff like that.
I've been enjoying the short form short-term serializations. Yeah. What was like Takopi's? That was awesome.
Yeah. It's a perfect length. You know, it wasn't too long, wasn't too short. This would be fun to see something that's like this, that's not drawn out for too long, because it's you know, it's something that's got the potential to be drawn out for a long period of time, story wise, but also has the potential to be short and heavy. Heroes crossover manga miniseries. What's that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And Eden Zero Raptor launched in 2018.
Did it wrap up this year? Or was it last year? Or is it still going? And he's just on hiatus.
It could be. Yeah, actually, I'm not seeing anything about it wrapping up.
Yeah. Maybe he just got an itch that he needed to scratch.
Possible.
I think
honestly,
would
I
have
wouldn't.
enough clout to do something like that.
I think, yeah. I think that's probably a good idea so that they don't get burnt out. But even still, like, hey, let's go on a break from doing a manga to do another manga. But it looks like this is going to be a bit of a dark fantasy, so this could be interesting.
Yeah. It might be a step away from his usual environment.
Yeah.
And we look, even though Eden Zero is clearly a different story and stuff like that to Fairy Tail, it all still feels really, really similar.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've
not that I didn't
seen
enjoy
of
it,
Rave Master as well, the three, it fits in the shonen genre. I mean,
yeah.
I think I enjoyed Eden Zero more than I did Fairy Tail, but in saying that, it took me a bit to get into it because I was just, I was very much in the boat of this is just Fairy Tail again. Before even giving it a chance.
It takes a minute, but then Eden Zero does actually build up a bit of character development.
Yeah.
Probably a bit more so than Fairy Tail does, or quicker. Anyway, it does it quicker.
It's tighter as well. Less characters, I feel, is probably what helped. Like Fairy Tail's good, but it is very much my first anime sort of feel to it. You don't think so?
Yeah, it does. It does feel very guided.
I mean, specifically the anime. I haven't read it.
The editors. Well, I'd say the anime. He didn't. I'd say he wouldn't have touched the anime all that much.
Yeah.
Would have been focusing on the manga. You know, there's only certain mangakas that really want to get their hands dirty on that side of things.
Can you name any off the top of your head?
Mr. Chainsaw Man himself.
I mean, any others?
No, not really. Otomo Katsuhiro with Akira and all of his work. He directed and wrote and did all that sort of stuff. He took full control over that. I don't know how much One or Murata had to do with One Punch Man. I wonder if they had any input there.
He did. I just actually read that he was. Where is it? Going back. So he actually did work on iShield 21 anime as well. He did character art and actually maybe it was just character art.
Yeah,
the
so
TV
he wrote
for One Punch Man.
Did the character designs that they use for animation.
Yeah,
continuity.
Yeah, by the looks of it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, so there's a few of them out there that are sort of dipping their fingers in a little bit, but I'd say anybody who's doing their first anime, besides Fujimoto, would probably be leaving it to leaving it to the professionals, as you would say. Even if they can screw it up the way they do. But besides that, so we've got a new one. We've got some more stuff from Murata coming regarding Eye Shield 21. So that's a one shot. Is it? He's doing
that animation that we saw.
Yeah, but it was to celebrate the 21st anniversary, was it?
Honestly, I just got distracted. It was like so pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's such a beautiful piece of work. Let me.
It looks gorgeous.
But there was an announcement to go with it. Is all I'm saying. I haven't actually watched the anime.
Didn't read it at all. Was just like, oh, pretty.
You saw the pretty pictures, and that's all we need.
Pretty much. Well, while you're looking for that, we got some more key visuals for some properties. So we got Black Clover's movie that's coming up. Oshinoko had a... Oh, it was... it's another milestone. It's now at 9 million copies in circulation with 11 volumes.
Oh, wow. Is it breaking records? What's going on there?
It is, but I don't know what the record was that I saw it break earlier today. Work was crazy busy, and I forgot to go back and look at it. But I think the last episode that aired is breaking some sort of record.
Yep.
Cool. Well, we didn't actually touch on the little bit of controversy that piped up for like 5 seconds and then disappeared.
Yeah,
a couple of weeks back.
I don't know how justified that controversy was.
Yeah, like my heart goes out to her, but I also don't feel like it's even remotely like
related
at all. Like
just because the
a character that is in the similar industry is dealing with something similar doesn't mean it has anything to do with.
No, because there's so many people in that industry dealing with that same issue, which was the whole point of this manga and anime series, is to out this content, this information. So it would make sense.
A little bit of context. There was a character that was dealing with cyberbullying and contemplating self-harm or the big S, and a mother of someone in Japan who did take their own life kind of called out the animation studio and the mangaka for essentially profiting off their daughter's death, which just feels a little bit of a stretch. I wonder whether or not they looked into the series at all.
I would say that someone has brought it their attention, and they haven't done the research.
Yeah.
To actually track it all down.
It feels very reactionary. But
yeah.
Again, my heart goes out to the lady. But I think it is a little bit misplaced, especially when you would think that you would want there to be more awareness around that topic and that side of the industry and all of that jazz.
Yeah, that's right. It's a touchy subject in the end. Is the problem. Sorry, quickly before we jump onto this, the Eye Shield 21 animation was released for the 21st anniversary of the series, also with a one-shot titled Brain X Brave, or Brain Brave, I guess, because they don't pronounce the X. So it's been 21 years. So because it's called Eye Shield 21, they're doing a big thing.
Yeah.
21 years, yeah.
I will link that in the comment section down below, or in the live chat. Actually, I think it is, because the animation is gorgeous, and I'm not allowed to show you guys any videos anymore. So
yeah, so let's link it and let people enjoy it.
Dude, it's so
quite beautiful.
fluid. It's so pretty. Like I give zero
even
shits
look for
about
the studio.
football.
The fact that it's a sport.
I'm just like, zero shits are given, but it's just like, damn, those are some pretty drawings.
It is gorgeous stuff.
You know what? As much as I enjoyed Blue Lock, this makes Blue Lock look like kiddie play. And admittedly, this is only a 30-second clip, but
yeah, it's back in the heyday of when sports anime was really, or manga as well, was really getting edgy. So they'd had a lot of stuff beforehand, which is pretty standard. But then it started to, all your boxing and your other sports that are coming around that have a lot more edge and impact and seriousness to them started popping up. Baseball, gridiron, boxing, soccer, all that sort of stuff, and they stopped being goofy and started being serious and edgy. Yeah.
I don't think I've actually read or watched. No, I tell a lie. I have watched a couple of sports anime, but I haven't read anything manga-wise. And
is martial arts classified as sports manga?
Yes, I take it back.
There you go.
You know what I mean, though. I think the closest, like, I watched Prince of Stride, which is a very borderline yaoi.
I really enjoyed
parkour.
that.
Oh, dude, it was so much fun. It was hella gay though. Like it was one step away from being a BL, and I probably would have preferred it if it would have like just doubled down on it.
If they just gave it a little bit more, just for some of the characters, just give them a little bit of a nudge in that direction, and I think it would have been even more popular. Because it kind of really died pretty quick. It came out and people were like, "Oh, this is cool," and then it just disappeared.
Next.
Yep, pretty much.
God, when was that? That was pre-COVID, I think. Yeah, wow, 2016. Dang.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It was produced by Village Studio. The Eye Shield 21 video, which is actually no, it's Murata's personal studio. It's his.
That makes a lot of sense.
Which means that so he's developed the studio, and I reckon this will be the one that he'll use for his project that he's trying to get off the ground. And this is a little showcase of what to expect.
What they're capable of.
Yeah, and I feel like he was very heavily involved. If you look at the artwork in it, it feels like he's actually done the animation.
Yeah.
So he would have been in there doing the keyframes, I reckon. which wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, he seems pretty hands-on.
Yeah, which is great. I love it. I hope to see more of it.
Ichinose got. Did we show? I don't know if we've shown this off before. This is the cover for Volume 2.
Nice. Do not trust him.
Donuts, man, donuts. Oh, okay. So this was actually a little milestone: 200,000 copies in circulation with only 2 volumes out. So that's what that one was about. The next little thing for the Dragon Ball Super Gallery project is going to be Kazue Kato, the mangaka for Blue Exorcist, and just goddamn,
That's nice. That's a nice cover.
that's Daddy Satan and Poppy.
Finally turning up.
I mean, it's monthly release, and she's been going on a few hiatuses. He's been pretty prevalent for the last, I would say, couple of years of serialization.
Oh,
now.
okay. Yeah. I want him to turn up with like a 2-liter bottle of milk in his hand.
And a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. I'm home.
Hey guys, what's up? Poppy's home. There is actually going to be a new Prince of Tennis anime coming out next year.
Why not?
It's the Under-17 World Championship Cup, man.
Dude, how long has this thing been running for?
I don't know.
How does time work in this world?
Probably the same that it works in One Piece.
Yeah.
Very heavily
right.
dilated. And speaking of heavily dilated time frames,
I still haven't caught up, sorry.
The whole thing is like over 6 months, if that.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen's new cover has been leaked, and it's a nice little perspective shot.
He's not bad. He's okay. He's okay.
Actually, the fight that will be in this volume was pretty dang brutal. Yeah. He's been.
God. Name a fight that's not brutal in the series.
I know. He definitely put the gas on probably around this point.
Yeah.
I think he's ready to wrap up. I think he's done dragging out some of the fights and explaining some of the curse techniques and whatnot.
That's where he lost me. Once he started explaining, I'm just like, nah, I'm done.
Stop. Too many words for Logan.
More action.
We got a new key visual for Sandland and a release date.
I'm kind of excited for this.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
You also didn't want it to be
3D, but it's 3D. Yeah.
So it honestly just looks like Dragon Quest graphics now.
Yeah.
Like it looks like the game.
And his artwork does lend itself to the format pretty well.
Yeah. Because it kind of has that cartoony aspect to it. I don't know if Dragon Ball would benefit. Like I think it's leaning a little bit away from that cartoony aspect where I think Sandland fits nicely into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Dragon Ball is a little too angular.
Yes.
For it. Did you see the Hero, Dragon Ball Hero? It's the most recent film.
Oh no. I kind of stopped caring about Dragon Ball after the second Return of F, before Super kicked off. To be honest, when Super came out,
way further than I did.
when Super was all like, "Hey guys, we're doing another thing," and he was like, "We're just gonna rehash the two movies," and I'm like, "All right, I don't care."
I as soon as Boo came out, I was just like, nah, I'm done.
How dare you? The Boo
I'm
saga
just
is
like,
peak
I feel
Dragon Ball
like
Z.
I don't know. I feel like at that point, that was the point of the manga where he's like, I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna start doing the most ridiculous shit that I can, and people are still gonna buy it. And
I
he
would like
did,
to see a
and
Logan
people
cut of
did.
Jujutsu.
I'm happy to cut it, man. I'll get in there. I'll slice it up.
It would just be back-to-back fights, wouldn't it?
That's right. That's all Jujutsu is, isn't it? There's no story. It's just back-to-back fights.
Yeah.
When you boil it down,
I
there's
mean,
some conflict happening
most
between some
shonen
characters.
is like, if it's a battle shonen, it's back-to-back fights pretty much.
Yeah, that's right. And I've been seeing it more, in the more recent stuff that we're getting. They seem to be speeding up. They're not doing the montage as much as anymore. They're not doing the training montage sequence where they do 3 or 4 chapters of them learning their new abilities. Instead, they just drop into the next fight.
I mean,
having a new ability.
It's kind of what One Piece has been doing for a while, where it just actually, before the time skip, Luffy's just in a fight and he's like, gear second, and shows off his new thing. It's just, here it is. You don't get to see the training thing. It's just boom.
It happens.
Yeah.
The training doesn't matter. Which, One Piece can get away with because it's got so much going on.
The only person that you ever see training is Zoro.
Because that's his thing.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, in Wano, you do see Luffy trying to master their version of Haki, but it's very minimal. And then, like, in the time skip bit is when Luffy's, like, fully learning Haki and all that. But, again, you don't really see a whole lot of it until Oda uses it as a flashback to explain what Haki is through the training montage.
He was about to draw the next panel and just went, oh shit, I gotta tell him about that thing.
Oh no. Oh god damn. It's shit.
That sounds like him though. That sounds like something he would do. He would just forget that he was in the middle of doing something and he's just going, we better go back and do that now so I can explain that. And it makes more sense. That's pretty much the go for news, isn't it?
No, we got one more thing.
But you got another thing?
I'm trying desperately to find out if these mangaka have done anything else that we've heard about. Because we've got 2 new series upcoming, remember?
Yeah, I did see that. I didn't click on the button, though. Why didn't I click on the button to find out what they were? Man. One of them looked a lot like Do Retry.
Is it this one?
I don't know. Yeah, it was that one. It gave me that vibe. I saw it and I'm just like, I was sort of flicking up and down going, it says new, but it's clearly a sumo thing. I don't know.
That's not... Honestly? Oh, wait, maybe I found something. Hang on.
You found something? Do we even know the name of the title? What's the name of the title?
No. Well, actually, no, this one is going to be a sumo thing.
I was right.
So the mangaka is Kawada. They've done one thing before called Hangya Kyuseo. I've never heard of this before.
No translations.
No.
Okay. It's all a big surprise. This is a sumo series. Okay. I just assumed because of the belt around his waist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole like.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got nothing.
nothing.
I think they've done
Okay.
I think that series that I just mentioned was a one shot.
Right.
And
Brand spanking new.
Yeah, that was last year, I think. In Jump Giga. There's like no information at all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what's the next one?
The next one is.
Let me try and guess what that's about with the front cover.
Good luck. Fish.
Yeah. Fish Boy.
So I don't know whether or not this is going to be, because it's the same cover that's being used. It's as a one shot that they did.
The eyes are really annoying me. One of the eyelashes goes up and the other one goes down.
So
one eye's larger than the other.
Man, stop judging other people's work.
No, it's just I can't. It's just little things I can see, and it irritates me. I see it in everyone's work.
So this is going to be called Icehead Gill, and it is. We actually do have a synopsis for the one shot.
That sounds like a great title.
Guda Magoi is a middle school student with overwhelming physical strength. Itadori. Taking advantage of this, he turns to violence to make money. He then meets and is
Itadori.
and is confronted by Ono Komono, a kind-hearted girl from the same school, and Magoi's life begins to change. So, I mean, I got nothing.
So it's a tough guy turned soft story after falling in love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might
be interesting.
Whether or not, I don't know if this is just going to be a one shot that we're getting for it, or if it's being blown out into a full series. So could be interesting.
Well, two new titles would imply that it says new series.
I know.
That would imply it's not a one shot.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. That would it would indeed be what it implies.
Yeah. So we've got two new series,
Hell yeah. It's the sequel. It's the sequel. Itadori's son. But yeah, I don't know. Could be good. Could be shit. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll know when we read it, I guess. Stop looking at puppies and let's.
Well, I was trying to figure out if there was.
Suits. He's in a suit.
I know. I'm wondering if we're going to get anything cancelled.
Oh no, it's too early.
Or if they're just cramming these in to fill the One Piece gap. Because both of these are starting as soon as One Piece goes on hiatus.
Yeah, they're clutching at straws to try and squeeze something in to find it. They're trying to find it. The One Piece.
The One Piece?
They're trying to find the One Piece. The One Piece which is going to replace the One Piece.
Nah, it's just, One Piece has always been the friends you made along the way.
I guess it will be. It'll end that way. And he'll do it just because the fans have said so.
And people are going to riot. And I will laugh my ass off.
It'll be hilarious.
Because if anyone could pull that off, it would be Oda.
Yep. Just ribbon people.
Yeah.
What will happen is the last chapter will be him waking up from a dream. Oh no.
Turns out when Shank lost his arm, he actually got eaten by that sea monster, and Luffy has been in a coma ever since.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you know what? Maybe I will join the Navy. Or it could get really meta and have
give him
Oda
ideas.
waking up. Be like, oh, it's the whole thing was Oda dreaming about writing a manga about One Piece pirates, man.
Yeah, he wakes up and he goes, I gotta write this shit down.
The end. The One Piece was the One Piece all along. Anyway, that's it for news.
Oh no. Right.
Yeah.
Weeklies?
Yeah.
Weeklies.
What do you Oh no.
Well, I've got one that I really want to talk about.
Shoot.
Shoot?
Yeah, shoot. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Sakamoto.
Sakamoto.
Because you know,
tasty fat man.
You know, it's my favorite. And what did I said? What did I say last week? What did I say?
Minor spoilers for
I goddamn well said she was alive.
Yeah, but is she?
Well, they said she was.
Yeah, but
they speculated. They speculated she was.
They speculated.
But it's a pretty hard speculation because of what they said.
Yeah, but still.
And I think that maybe she is still running the show behind the scenes.
Do you reckon she's the head of the JSS?
Oh, I wouldn't go that.
He saw her dead body.
She wouldn't be. I think she's still on the other side with the bad guys.
Logan.
Dude, no. There's no dreams. There's no dreams.
That's the real dream all along.
Sakamoto's in a coma.
The poison took hold. Well, I mean, the other dude is.
That's right. Yeah, he's still in a coma. No, I think she's still alive. She's either in hiding or still with the bad guys. And she put
I reckon she's
billion yen bounty on Sakamoto to warn him of what's coming.
I reckon she's inside the bad guy. Somehow. I don't know. We're speculating. That's my speculation.
I mean, maybe she is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they were talking about like him
you
having
you like the idea of other people being inside other people's heads. That's.
I'm glad you added that last little bit.
Heads inside their heads.
Specifically being in their heads. Yeah, I don't know. Yes. It could be an interesting.
It's definitely an interesting idea. Is it Sakamoto? I don't know.
Yeah, it could.
Dude,
they've got a dude that reads minds.
Yeah, after bloody experimentation, so it's still grounded in some form of reality, even if it is made up reality.
It is an old man who can cut buildings in half.
Yeah, and there's a dude that can go from being fat to skinny. So yes, it's a semi fantasy, but it's still, there's still rules. There's still rules.
And this bypasses those rules. How?
Planting someone's psyche in someone else's head is a whole different thing.
How? This motherfucker right here. Wait, right here. Fished a car across a broken bridge with 3 fishing rods.
That's because
I assume their fishing line was made of like titanium or something.
He used 3. That's why.
No. This bitch over here has been.
Yeah. Because if they can handle what. They can handle 70 kilo of pressure per line, and the times 70 by 70 by 70. You'll generate generate enough strength to carry the car. That's what's happening there.
Get that shit out of here, man. Get
No,
that
but
shit outta
she's
here.
alive. She's alive. I say it, and
In
that's
some
what's
way, shape,
happening.
or form, she's still relevant to the story.
She is still with the bad guys, and she is either in captivity or she's helping train them
I want to know
for some reason.
how Slur survived specifically. I want specifics. Give me the Pacific
You know how he
Ocean.
survived.
How?
Of specifics, because he didn't shoot him in the head.
That's no.
Why else would he
You can-
ask him not to shoot him in the head?
Because he wanted to watch the sky, which was all poetic and cringy, and that's why he was all like, oh, "You gotta be careful what your last words are in this line of work, because you could be cringe."
Yeah. Yeah, he's like cringing to himself, going, "Oh my god, I actually said that."
It's exactly what that scene was. Nothing at all to do with the
Sakamoto,
whole.
man.
I'm sorry.
They can survive
you
a
can
gunshot
die
wound to the body.
You can. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's just how he survived, because he wasn't shot in the head.
Yeah. Well, the other guy's still alive too. The old fella with the pole.
What?
He was meant to have been killed by the hammer guy. Remember?
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. So there's some deep stuff going on the back end where they're purposely playing their pieces to make it look like they don't have pieces.
I forgot he was meant to be dead, and I was like, "What do you mean he's not meant to be?" Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's meant to be dead, and I think they purposely made it look like he was meant to be dead so they could get him back over to their side where he's meant to be, instead of being the double agent sort of environment he was doing.
And it's getting convoluted.
Yeah, it is starting to get complex, which is great because it's really stretching its its spy sort of legs a bit, story wise, and making things a little bit more complex instead of being goofy all the time.
I'm still reserving judgment onto whether or not she is walking away alive. Because she could be alive. She could be a brain in a jar for all we know.
Well, she put the hit on him.
Did she though?
Well, she used her number.
It was her identification number. That's all we know, and that those are meant to be kept super secret. It's not confirmation that she's alive.
Yeah, but when they say super secret, they mean take it to my grave, super secret.
I'm aware, but that is not confirmation
tell
that
people
she is
that she's not dead.
That is still not confirmation.
Well, you know what? Until we see a body,
until we saw a body. We've seen it multiple times.
It's not like he didn't. It's not like he stepped over and checked her pulse or anything.
I'm sorry, but Sakamoto said that he saw her dead body and confirmed that she was dead. Maybe she took a poison that's
toxins,
that slowed her.
Yeah, all the usual stuff.
Yeah.
She was actually dead. She was actually dead for 5 minutes, and
she was just really sleeping. She was super tired, man.
Well, maybe he should have kissed her, and then she would wake up.
She was just resting her eyes, having a little sneaky nap.
Yeah, we laugh about this now, but it's all good.
It's goofy enough that they could do that.
Yeah, they get away with that easily.
I really want to talk about Tenmaku again, because it's hitting me in the feels with the whole, I was a little sick boy and now I'm wanting to create because I've been forced into it. I'm like, oh shit, someone's been watching me again. It's like he's just like me for real.
It's hitting me in a different way, in my I want to make a movie kind of feels. It's because
is that why you sent me that that competition about making a movie.
Did I send you something? Did I?
Yeah, you did.
What did I send you?
It was like basically the premise. It was like a indie film competition or something. Do you not recall?
Did I? No.
Yeah, it was on the Twiddler.
Oh, let me go check. Which account though?
Oh, I don't know, man. Actually, was it on Twitter or was it on Messenger?
Oh, don't be doing that.
Oh,
Man,
we have too many conversations.
Stuff, don't I?
Yeah,
I sent you some really weird stuff.
keep it coming.
I'll work
dude,
it out. Okay.
This is such. I'm having a stroke. Is Tenmaku the team behind Food Wars? Is that because I kind of forgot who was working on what. It's such a drastic shift, and we've had a small amount of fan service, but in comparative to Food Wars, it's been toned down the horny, which I'm kind of glad because they're all in middle school.
Yeah, it's so soft that I've actually sort of not even really noticed it at all. Like even when they went to the beach, nothing felt out of place.
No.
Like it was fan service, but not, gratuitously angled fan service.
Yeah, and it kind of fit with the scene, and it made sense, and the reaction from the character made sense. Everything made sense. It wasn't fan service for the sake of fan service.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he was a little bit blown away initially, but then went straight into like director mode.
Yeah,
as soon as it all started to unfold.
Dude, the reaction image of him where he's because it's like a top-down reaction view of him looking up and seeing her in the bikini. It looks so goofy. Actually, I wonder if I can find it. Was it like chapter 6?
Yeah, I think so.
Or maybe it was chapter 5. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it must have been the very end of chapter 5.
Yeah, it was. I'm gonna have to log in because it's not free anymore.
What?
I know, right? You have to be paid to continue reading the Tenmaku unless you're up to date.
Yes. Be up to date. It's good. I can't see that thing about making movies.
Yeah, maybe I'm making shit up.
I think you are. It's all a dream.
There it is.
Yeah, that face looks wonky as hell. Like his
I love
jaws
it though.
dislocated.
I love it so much. It's my favorite reaction image now.
Oh, it needs a little nani.
Yeah, it was great. But actually, I'm really loving these little cover pages.
Yeah, very cute.
What did we have for the latest one? Oh, we didn't have one actually. I did really enjoy this chapter though. I like how it's all coming together.
And I like the fact that it's completely enveloped him now. He's gone from being hesitant to being fully controlled by the urge to do this.
I mean, you're technically correct, but the way you said that made my brain hurt.
Why? What do you mean?
She's enveloped.
Urged?
No, you said enveloped.
Whoops.
Which I mean isn't wrong.
It's just not in the right
Technically.
context.
My brain was like, ah. My brain was like, call him on his shit right now. I'm like, nah, because he's technically correct, but it just hurt.
He's just been enveloped by it.
Oh man, have you actually moving along? Because I just saw our next. Have you read the latest chapter of Do Retry?
I have indeed.
They're finally getting to some punch fighting.
Would, yeah. Look, after last week's chapter, I was actually a little bit keen to read this week's chapter to find out, are we going to see some more mutant arm? Only to be somewhat displeased that we haven't really seen much in the way of mutant arm.
Yeah. Well,
like, was it actually a big giant arm, or was it him visualizing a big giant arm because his punch was so powerful?
No. It was a big giant arm.
Okay. Because
are you sure you read it?
There's one there's yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's just like one panel.
See, look at this. That is a giant arm.
Okay.
It is a giant.
Okay, maybe I just.
Arm. Yeah, there is.
Wasn't
okay,
paying
so
attention.
Are you talking about this panel right here? Because that does make him look like a normal dude.
But if you keep, I mean, if you flick through, it just doesn't stand out like it did on the previous. Like that one does. That's a big old giant arm. It's so funny. look at his goofy face on the other side of the page. It's so dumb. I love it. I love the fact that it's so dumb.
I'm really enjoying this one, but in saying that, I really enjoyed Bone Collection for what it was for what it's worth.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad series.
It didn't have enough room to grow because of how horny it was. Because it was pretty horny.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm kind of hoping that it does, because it's got to, because like this whole series is just going to be a tournament arc otherwise, if it doesn't have this goofy element. Like,
yeah, it's got to have something different. And if each character he comes across has some sort of unique,
it's got to have a hook.
A right hook.
Gotta
have the right hook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Got him.
Got him. But you're right. It is a lot of fun, and it's actually taken me by surprise. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Look at the size difference, bro.
I just didn't notice.
Yeah, it's fair. It honestly did feel toned down. No, it didn't.
So there hasn't been a page where he's had a skinny arm at all, and I'm just screaming.
Oh my god! There's only one panel, and it's like it's fully covered up, and he's got a sword because they're like doing the whole metaphor thing. Oh yeah, man! Yep. Just as I was about to give you credit, I was like, "Nah, never mind. Take it back." And it hangs so much lower as well.
Sure does.
It makes him look like almost like a hunchback.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, that's his arm.
Oh man. So goofy.
Was his hair always that long? And was he always that jacked? Like, it doesn't feel like, it feels like his character.
He always had a shirt on. He always had a shirt on, and his hair was always wild like that. He just looks different because he's got his shirt off. you're paying a
that's
bit
it.
more attention now.
He has a different
takes that shirt
presence
off
around
and-
him.
Yeah. Like that killer
But
mullet. It's just,
I know, man. Like, I'm usually not a big fan, but like, ooh, that is some nice character design on him.
That's an 80s manga mullet. That is.
Yeah.
That's a whole different kettle of fish to the standard classic mullet.
Yeah. I'm really vibing it. It's slowly creeping its way up onto my first to read. It's not quite there yet. Ichinose is still the peak.
Yeah.
Each week, it's the mystery for me, man. I'm like gnawing at the bit.
You're a mystery guy though. It's your thing.
Yeah. Well, actually, speaking of mystery things, I jumped into Heavenly Delusion. I'm about 2.5 volumes in now. I started reading it yesterday.
You couldn't help it, could you?
No. I've watched.
Anime was coming out too slow.
8 episodes, I think now.
I think that's all that's out, isn't it?
No, there's 10 out. The dub's 2 episodes behind. So the episode with the Doctor that finishes off his storyline, that's the last episode of the dub that's out. And I still
that was
have
a banger.
Oh
my God. Of an episode.
Stop it. If anyone is sleeping on Heavenly Delusion, this is my 3rd week in a row telling you not to be sleeping on it. Get on that shit. I don't care if you have to jump onto the high seas to watch it because Disney's got it. It is peak animation, story writing, character writing. I don't know where it's going. I haven't caught up to the anime yet. I'm still I'm about to get up to the bit where they run into the bear. So I'm coming up to that section.
Yeah.
They just beat
so
the fish
you're
on
not
the boat.
far off.
No. And it's starting to that's chapter 12 roughly. And it's now kind of in terms because it was very much chapter for chapter. And I'm noticing now some extra scenes that production IG have added in to
just help the cinematic
bring more
flow.
Well, that and also to bring more attention to certain details that were glossed over in the manga. And so specifically the thing that really stood out to me was the section where Tokyo is in the one that's in the school complex, where they're in the little nursery and they see all the weird little the babies, and
the eyeballs.
and then they escape through the air vent and they kick off the wall. And how in the anime it was like very emphasized, it was like zoomed in and everything, but you don't even see that in the manga at all. Like they on the ground in the vent, done. And then not till like the intruder alert wraps up, either in the next chapter, do you see the scientist dude going back into that room and seeing the footprint on the wall, either a chapter or 2 later. So it's same content, it's just kind of rearranging things a little bit, emphasizing on things a little bit more.
I think it kind of feels designed like, as one of those moments. Like we see it as a viewer and go, "Oh, dang, he's that's going to lead to something." It feels it's the setup.
It definitely feels like a definitive version of the manga currently.
So the translation,
actually, even like Oh, it's almost 1-for-1. And what they do add is they've actually toned it down a little bit. I think the only thing that they've reduced is the amount of nudity. They've kept it a little bit PG in terms of nudity, but like with violence and gore, it's still up there in insane territory.
Yeah.
Like,
It's funny how that works, isn't it? You know, and nudity is
wow,
still such a big
that just
taboo
got
in films.
heavy.
Yeah, it did. It got super heavy all of a sudden. Yeah, it's still
The art
such a big
style's
player.
a little bit changed up, but not much.
It's a little bit cleaner in the anime, isn't it? Like a little bit more refined. They're really, the style's the same, but because of the way animation works,
it's like
it's just cleaner.
9.5 out of 10 to like it's comparative. Like I feel things are a lot rounder in the character designs in the manga.
Yeah.
Like
That makes sense because that's
shapes wise, it's very negligible. You don't notice much unless you're like specifically like unless you're specifically looking for differences, you're not going to notice.
No.
And
that's fine.
Damn, man, I'm having so much fun revisiting it already.
Yeah, it's such a cool story.
And I'm like, because of what I already know up until like that episode 8 mark, like I've been sending you stuff, being like, oh, but what if this and this? And oh wait, actually, never mind. That's foreshadowing the other thing that I forgot about.
Yeah. What about this person? And this one could be this one. And
I do
slowly unfolding. The Doctor.
I do really think that it is like they're two separate timelines.
I don't think they're in the same place at all.
They can't be.
No.
After that episode, and then revisiting, starting the manga from scratch, and you see that dude with the dude that's like perving on the girl in the shower because he gets sent that image, which I'm assuming
AI.
Yep. The first time you see him in the manga, he's got like a whole bunch of tech stuff in front of him and he's like building some stuff. And then like in that scene with the doctor, he's talking about how he wasn't a doctor and he's only ever just been good with his hands. He's always been creating things and it made her happy and like that sort of stuff. And then the post-credit scene for that episode really focused on Mimihime, the one that almost has like precognition. And she's in that dream where she can't see anything. Whether or not that was like after everything had happened in that episode, or if it was when she lost her eyesight because he gave her one of his eyes. There's a lot. I'm like theory crafting a lot at the moment.
And look, you're probably not far wrong. And I would, if the timeline is fit into where we think it's fit in, I have an odd feeling that the AI is the one that actually creates the downfall of humanity. Because as they do talk about how the machines essentially revolted against humanity.
Well, I got up to that scene again in the manga just recently.
Yeah.
They don't what they specifically talk about is that humans got so complacent and AI kind of took over all of our jobs that humanity basically got to a point where they were bored and got paranoid of each other and they destroyed each other. It wasn't like the AI was just kind of there as
doing
like
thing.
It was the thing that tipped the humans over the edge, but it didn't actually do anything.
No, but if it's doing what it's doing currently, but on a
Yeah,
larger scale,
that is quite manipulative.
yeah,
True.
yeah. Because from the get-go so far, it seems like it's just
hella sus.
Yeah, it's just being cheeky and playful and doing stuff just to muck around with the others. But at the same time, I'm like, it's got a purpose.
Oh yeah,
it wants something.
it's delving. It's almost like it's being a friend to the children in that facility.
Yeah.
But being very antagonistic, stonewalling the adults.
Yeah.
Like there was a section just in, I think around the spot where, oh, that's right, when Tokyo goes in to see his dying friend, just after the attempted kiss, and the AI, which is weird that it's like this weird avant-garde pregnant robot looking thing. Like I love the design, but like what the hell? Whose first choice was that? Like design
No,
when you're
it's never a
designing
first choice.
when you're designing your AIs out, out of shell, I went for a bucket and a mop. But like, yeah. Anyway, they're all sitting around like this desk, and they're like having a board meeting of some kind. And one of the adults is like, "Oh, AI lady, can't remember what her name is. What did Tokyo and the other child talk about?" And she's just like, and there's like ... and he's like, "Well," and she's like, huh, oh, I'm sorry, I dozed off. And like they play it off like everyone just kind of does the whole like fall over sort of thing, and it's played off as a gag.
Yeah.
And it's not really delved into any more than that. Like there's no reiteration of the question. There's no like the humans there don't suspect anything. It's just like, oh, I guess you haven't ever heard of sleep mode. Because the other dude was like, oh, why does she even have that feature? And you're like,
Yeah, there's something sus going on here.
It is hella sus, man. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's very good. That was my little tangent.
It's a good show though. It's and good manga. It's just good story. It's been a little while since we've had that scale of complexity. I mean,
and the hard cuts between what I'm assuming is different timelines is so purposefully intertwined in the story as well, where someone will say something and then it'll hard cut to one or t'other and it'll like directly relate.
Yeah.
It's just chef's kiss.
It's good. It's good storytelling. That's what that
is a chef's kiss orgy. You sent me that.
Oh my god. No, I didn't send that to you, but I'm just sort of picturing it, and I don't know why I pictured that.
Oh, dude, we wished it into being. We got another chapter of Trojan X.
We did. We pushed
like
in
a day after.
And it wasn't enough.
But it was tasty.
I know it was long. I know it was a solid like 55 pages, but I just wanted like so much more.
It was so good. That the fight scene, man, I missed it. I forgot how much I enjoy it. Like it's like I know I love it, but then like we got back into the swing of it, and I'm just like, oh, the action scenes, everything about it was just godly.
It was fantastic.
Also,
I love that little moment where what's his name? The MC.
is it Tokyo?
I think it might be Tokyo.
Yeah, it is Tokyo.
Yeah, it's the same bloody name.
Yeah.
When he's sort of backhanded commenting to his master about paying attention. He thumps him on the foot. That's just it's just so much fun. I mean, it's edgy.
The
But it's just
whole fight
tons of
scene
fun.
with his crutch was amazing.
Oh, it was Jackie Chan level fun.
Yeah.
The way it was kind of goofy but serious at the same time.
And icy ice.
Yeah, I know. I see ice. Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
It's like Marky Mark.
I thought the everything to do with his broken foot was just brilliant. Especially like when he does the flip and then does like the kick to the face, and it's so badass, and then it's immediately like dissolved by him rolling around on the ground because he's forgot that he had a broken foot.
It was a good solid fight with not a lot of stake involved, I guess.
Such a good chapter. And Azuma is not happy with Tokyo.
No, not at all. I loved how he escaped the chains.
Oh, the biting of the tongue. That was creepy as hell.
And then minus his arms and legs.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't need this shit anymore. Here we go. But yeah, it was crazy how he escaped. Very cool. But it's starting to really expand.
Up, eh?
Yeah. Again.
What's his freaking name? I've forgotten who the mangaka is. Is it Ishida? No, that's not right.
That guy who did that other thing.
Oh, it is Ishida. Yes, Sui Ishida. It's definitely got the like Tokyo Ghoul edginess to it, but
yeah,
it's
well
offsetted. Goof. It's well offsetted with the goof.
Yeah,
and the just it feels like because Tokyo Ghoul was still pretty good. The anime was, we don't talk about it. Just like how there was no second season of Promised Neverland. It crawled so that Trojan X can run.
Yeah, you're probably right there. It shows amazing growth, and someone who's determined to grow in new and interesting ways. So get on it if you're not on it. I've already converted a few people. So converted them.
I want to talk quickly about Beat in Motion because it feels like something else that we wished into being.
Every time I hear the name,
Stroke and Friction.
Stroke and Lotion.
Damn it. I almost lost that. Man.
Yeah, you were saying?
Really... Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I really liked that we did get to focus a lot more on our second MC. And you're right. They probably were planning it from the beginning, but I like to think that either we willed it into being or they've been listening to the show.
Well, considering we got a lot of things lining up here, right? Either we're just really good at guessing this stuff, or they're actually listening to us and not telling us.
I mean, I think we're just
I like
good
to
at
think.
guessing.
Yeah, I know. We've been reading this stuff for so long, we can work it out.
It was also kind of
Look,
nice that
yeah.
that she didn't immediately go straight into her her field. There was an immediate hardship for her, a hurdle for her to tackle as well. So
Yeah.
interested to see where it's going to go from this point on. But I dare say that her manager is going to be the equivalent of the other two animators for him.
Yeah.
Like it'll be the two separate groups kind of working on their respective fields and then ultimately coming back up to join up to make that music video that they started.
I hope so.
Unless the three animators get together with her and the producer to force her debut.
Force her debut?
Yeah, with beaten motion.
What do you mean force?
Well, because that was
what kind of debut is this?
Because they were talking about like at the end of the chapter that they're not currently looking to do any debut any new artists. So I wonder if they might plan like a real punk force the hand of the man, because it does kind of feel it has a little bit of punk undertones.
Maybe she'll just keep working on the music until there's a space.
It's definitely an interesting series to look at.
Yeah,
Watch
I
this
like
space.
I like the little dream sequence at the start as well with her mum. That was nice.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, and then hard cut to an incredibly messy room she's living in.
Was that, did that have some dark undertones, or am I thinking?
Oh yeah,
of,
it definitely felt like it was a harsh memory. But how is the question? Whether her mum's died really young, or she's skipped out, or maybe she forced music upon her, and had really high expectations and so on and forth. And it's hard to read from those few panels.
Yeah, maybe I've just been watching too much Oshinoko, but I got the vibe of parent living vicariously through child and like forcing them into like like the child star sort of things.
Yeah, but she's not. But I love this sequence too. The whole physical change from her goofy looking waking up in the morning to full makeup and stuff like that. Meanwhile, our other prodag rolls out of bed. I'm ready.
I'm a male.
Let me splash water on my face.
I actually really enjoyed.
Oh yes, I love that panel. It's got so much fun behind it.
Yeah.
Very nice to meet you, miss.
This one was my favorite.
If he was like doing the whole Phoenix finger pointing, that would have been great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely an I actually really liked this too. I like the framing shots that they do. I don't know why. Just
sometimes it helps.
Yeah.
Sometimes it helps.
I did really like that she was unabashedly willing to chase her dream and was aware at what sort of costs would potentially have to be made to
Yeah.
attain what she was after.
Yes, because she's basically saying, if you want to be popular, this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
If you want to make music the way you want to make it,
which
let's
was
stop
kind of the flip side of what the other MC was
Yeah.
essentially being taught by the other animators, which was an interesting juxtaposition.
Yeah, where she's in the middle of selling out, he's in the middle of going full indie.
Growth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the dreaded cheat skill?
Yeah, look, we probably have to.
It's our segment. The one that makes us want to kill ourselves.
Yay. So we both tortured ourselves with this just recently. So just before the show. You actually got to it before I did.
I did. I pretty much got home,
shame.
got my food ready, and was like, and just started watching it.
Yep. Yep. Yay!
It's that time again, kiddies. Time to listen to Brad and Logan shit all over someone's property.
Well, look, it's well deserved.
I don't know what's wrong with me, Logan.
you can't stop watching it either, though, can you?
Well, I kind of get invested when we're just dabbling with the fantasy world because there's some bones there.
This is the problem with the series, right? Is we know that there's something there. We know there can be something produced from this idea in a solid manner. It's not in the real world. It's in the fantasy world. Except they won't stay there. They keep going back to the real world.
I didn't think this episode was as bad as the last couple.
Seriously, they literally gave him 2 extra skills this episode.
At least it was foreshadowed a little.
They literally gave it to him. They're just like,
dude, they've given him everything.
Dude, kid, can you show me a kick? You do it 10 times, and then you'll be able to kick a forest down.
And not just any forest, the unbreakable forest that.
Oh my god, the way
only
they
elves
instigated
and dwarves. I hate his analyze skill so much because it's so fucking lazy. But
analyze skill?
Yeah.
Oh, when all the panels come up.
And it's just assaulting your eyes because it's like there's so much on screen,
subtitle.
And then so much subtitles, and then there's like when he defeated the mithril boar, there was subtitles over the top of subtitles, so you couldn't fucking read anything. Oh, it was so painful. It was pretty horrible. I mean, at least they introduced the rabbit 3 episodes ago, and now they're finally getting around to it.
Yeah, like now they're finally.
It feels like
actual.
It feels like there's some actual growth happening. Like I'm wondering how much of the light novel is being adapted per episode, because it does feel like it's slowly, very, very goddamn slowly getting better.
One would say painfully slowly. you so hesitantly say better because
next episode is gonna make me eat my words.
It's not really that much better. I just feel like he spent a bit more time in the fantasy world this time.
It's every episode that has more fantasy in it that I'm like, oh yeah, it wasn't that bad.
that was bearable. It was bearable.
It's because they
3-frame parallaxing animations and 3D work that just makes you want to cry.
Yeah, I don't even look at the animation anymore.
I know, but I can't help it. I'm just like, every time I see it, I'm just like, why? I'm literally counting the frames on my hands per scene.
What about that one tiny little flex of good animation that we got in this episode that was like a second of Knight
at the very
shooting
start.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was probably the height of the episode.
This is the thing. It's like they have an animator come in once a week to actually do some work, and then they spend they leave the rest of it for background artists and stuff to generate that sort of stuff. Because the backgrounds are always nice. It does. It feels like it's done by a robot. It really does. It's so mechanical and stiff and uncomfortable. Every time I watch it, it grates against me.
We had that scene of Knight doing like the really cool little flip and then like shooting his laser. I was like, "Oh, we might actually be getting some decent animation this episode." And then it was immediately followed by Yuya doing some dumb bullshit with his 3D animation, and I was like,
anytime he's wearing that armor, it just yeah. It's not even rendered at the right resolution for the scene. Like, it's rendered out at like 720p and the rest of it's 1080, and it just looks so crap.
My new favorite character is the Boar, though. I will protect him.
Yeah, look, the Boars, they clearly were aiming for... They're going for the cute animal angle for just out of nowhere. It's almost like they've gone, oh, wait a minute, the harem's not working. Let's go with cute animals.
I was trying to look for a hat. It's almost like they've got a hat and they've just gone, yep. Ah, this is what we'll put in this time.
Yep. Let's write this in.
Oh, he goes back to the real world.
Trending?
He goes and does all of the balls. He goes and plays with balls.
Oh my god! Sports. Every time that came up on screen, it's ball sports. It's just ball sports. Lots of ball sports. So many balls.
Admittedly, the real world aspect of this episode didn't cringe me as much. It felt like it lent way harder into the parody aspect, which, if this show just owned itself as a parody, it'd be fine. But because it's trying to take itself seriously, it's not.
If it parodied in the real world but serious in the fantasy,
yeah,
it would hit hard. It would do really well. But because they're trying to play the same character in both worlds as straight as possible, it's not working. It's like it's like everyone else around him is trying to be a parody and he's trying to be serious. Is that what it feels like?
I don't understand any of the characters around him, because why hasn't he been taken off to a facility to be experimented on at this point?
Yeah, everybody brushes off all the stuff.
Everything! He shot a ping pong ball through a goddamn table. It was smoldering.
And then he destroys an entire volleyball
court, yeah. And the volleyball,
like some form of explosion, and he's like, "Oh, I forfeit," and then nobody says anything.
Oh no, they forfeited. He forfeited the ping pong, table tennis,
and then I will admit. The tennis match was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, and that really threw me off. I'm just like, oh wow, that's actually that was a smart idea. Yeah. I like the way they switched that around.
That was actually really good.
And then we're both played too straight though.
And then we're both jaded adults when the next scene when they're crossing the road, we both thought that she was going to get hit by a truck.
As soon as I saw it, literally, I hit the pause
button. Why are you stopping in the middle of the road?
She's like, "Truck-kun, where are you?"
It would have been really funny if, like, she had have got, like, okay, just for argument's sake, if she had have got, like, hit by a truck, died, and got isekai'd to the world that he is traveling between.
That's exactly what I was thinking was going to happen. Because that
But
would have
no.
been super interesting.
But no. But then what would
No.
stop her from coming back through the door?
Nothing.
I guess?
Nothing would stop her. That's the deal, you know? She'd be able to just come back and everybody would be like, what? And they'd
No
all
one
just
would
go,
bat an eye.
what? And then they'd carry on to the next scene.
Fucking just can't. Although I did actually, I 100% thought that the manager chick from the last episode's post-credit scene was going to be his mum, and they were going to double down on the family thing because we haven't done that since episode 3.
I
With
was
the
hoping
black-
it was someone evil from the fantasy world coming to kill him in the real world.
That'd be kind of cool too. But no one
Yeah.
with ill intent can get into his house, so that was reestablished by the rabbit,
Yeah, but
the talking
But
rabbit.
nothing's stating that the house is the only doorway to the world.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm sorry this conversation is boring you.
It's
Or
not
you
you,
just
it's
really-
cheat skill.
Yeah, no. It's slowly giving me cancer, I swear.
I didn't
I'm
hate
kind of-
it as much as normal.
Yeah,
but
look, I'm
again,
starting to
it's
understand why people have been liking it. Because if you don't look at it from the perspective we're looking at it, if you don't consider the quality of the animation, if you don't break down the characters and the storytelling, it's just a really goofy story.
I don't
Yeah?
feel like I went into it with super analyzing
didn't.
mode.
We didn't, but as soon as that
no,
that hit,
no, I can't agree with you on that point. I think that everyone
no, the
that
reason
likes
that
this
we're
show is
jaded
silly
is
and
because we're jaded because the first episode started strong. It kind of did. It kind of was leaning into that darker, edgy side of things, but then it lost that. It completely lost it.
Everything felt supremely unnecessary from the get-go. Like the first
yeah.
5 minutes where they were like doubling down on how shit everything was for this dude, I was like, it snapped me out of it straight away. I was like, this is why is everything so unnecessarily harsh on this dude?
Because they're trying to give the
If you avoid interacting with the story whatsoever,
You're right.
it's actually only goofy and shit. Are you trying to
true.
justify
It's
the
true.
8 episodes that you've watched now, Logan? Oh, it started
No,
off
I'm not
strong.
trying to
No, it didn't.
justify anything. I'm just trying to explain why we've been analyzing it the way we've been analyzing it and the way we've been looking at it. It's just no, actually, I know what it was that started this. Everybody liked it.
Yeah.
Everybody liked
Well-
it except for us, and we couldn't understand why. That's what it was.
I also felt really bad because Jack showed me and I was like, man, I'm trying really hard not to shit on this, but I'm also shitting on this. I feel like it's creating more trauma that I have to unpack with my therapist.
I think it's just adding to the
I'm not going to talk about my family trauma. I'm going to start talking about my anime trauma. Sit down with my therapist and be like,
cheat skill.
and she'll be like, I understand. And she won't. She'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And then you just play her the first episode and she'd be like, oh my God.
Take up half an hour of my session just to show her. I don't understand why it's so unnecessarily cruel. Like, there's easier ways to showcase that someone's got a shit life, but that was just next level.
Yeah, they did really try hard to make it look like everything was just awful for him to justify what was about to come.
And then everyone clapped.
Yeah, that's my point. It's like the reason that everything is laid out the way it is because he was having such a bad deal with life. Here's the justification of why the story is the way it is. It's a terrible, terrible justification and doesn't work. But
I think we're also going to go to the capital next episode. So
no, we won't.
Well, they say that we are. So I'm interested to see what the interaction between him and the king's going to be, because the king seems like he's the only sane person in the fantasy world so far, except for maybe her bodyguard.
We have been watching the same anime, right?
Yeah.
So
remember when this
is the king that just went Les lost his shit because his daughter was going to marry someone, and you calling him insane?
Yes, absolutely. Are you kidding? If your daughter came home and was like, I just met some random dude in the Forbidden Forest, I'm gonna marry him, wouldn't you be doing the same thing if you were the king? I know I would.
No, I'd be like super calm and go bring him forth. And I'd quietly
she wasn't even there.
The side next to me, I'll be like, get the guy that beheads people. Yeah, he's one of those very over the top characters. I think he's just going to be terrible. Dude, and the dynamic between the daughter and the father is going to be so terrible, and there's going to be no growth in any of the characters again, and it's just going to make
everything's over the top. The whole thing's over the top.
Yeah. And under and around. And it's just
also
kids.
Okay, the stuff with the vial, why does she sound like a robot?
Because it's in a computer game.
Oh, you think?
Dude, the dude's got panels that come up and everything has HPs and levels.
Yeah, but that's isekai trope. That's isekai trope 101.
Yeah, that also if he's someone got
in a video
game once.
How does it work that he's like fully transforming in the real world as well then? Why am I trying to justify this?
Name one thing in this series that actually makes sense.
I don't know, okay? I called myself before you could, all right?
Yeah. As soon as you said it, you were just like, how do I backpedal out of this?
I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck am I talking about? We're talking about cheat skill here.
Yes. Yes. Oh.
I don't get it.
You never will. We keep trying.
It has no, but sometimes
at its core, like I said, at its core, it's got something. But every time you think they're about to do that something, they don't do it.
Yeah.
They do the opposite of the thing that you thought that they should do, which is, just a bad decision.
In the series. Also, we haven't seen the bear. I want to see the bear, the new security guard for the school.
Yeah, why is it not at the front gate?
Right?
Yeah.
If we don't see it again, I'm probably going to be supremely pissed
I just want to see the bear and the blonde guy just chilling out.
Or at least the bear slyly trying to eat the blonde dude. What's the blonde dude's name again?
Oh, I don't know. I don't care.
You do, because he's the only character you like. Yeah.
No,
and again,
rubbish.
The teacher, her entire character is being a child predator and trying to get a bonus. Like it's the two things that
was the
define her
teacher in
character.
this?
Was it
I
this
didn't see the
episode or was it
teacher.
last episode?
Last episode. This episode we did have the very gratuitous jiggle as she ran, which was completely unnecessary.
Oh my god, it was ridiculous as well. It was just
stood
like,
out.
woof, 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 woof. They were just like doing these ones.
Yeah. Nobody runs.
I did
like
also
that.
like the the angle that she was running on was insane. I liked that the manager for the photo shoot was all like, "What the hell were you taking photos of?" And
I
all the men
know.
were like, "Yeah, sorry."
Sorry, we were taking photos of young girls that's
Yeah.
underage. Or did we forget again?
They're in junior high now, right?
Still underage.
I don't
isn't
even.
Still
Technically
under 18.
in Japan, they're in the legal age of consent because even though
Stop trying to justify that.
no, it's funny, right? Because like you hear that a lot, like, oh, the age of consent in Japan's really low. Yeah, it is, and it should be adjusted 100%. However, as a society, they don't see that as like that's a pass. It's like it's still 16 to 18 up. Like that's the actual age of consent, societal like agreed upon. The whole legal thing is backdating like to the freaking Edo period, and they just haven't changed it. It's like,
yeah,
your argument, if you're having to make that argument, maybe you should go to therapy.
Yeah, that's right. You shouldn't be even a conversation.
There's no
Really.
way to justify that argument.
No, not at all. So this series once again shows its true colors by doing that sort of shenanigan. Like, these are professional photographers for a magazine that
Full-grown
shoots
ass adults.
supermodels. Why would they be caring about this?
Oh man,
Yeah.
this cheat skill, it's dumb.
Nothing makes sense. None of the characters behave the way they're meant to.
The rabbit
why am I expecting them to? The rabbit was kind of cool.
Yeah, the rabbit was kind of cool. I liked all the lore that he was dropping too. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, and the voice actor was
actually
decent.
I was like, oh, is this actually becoming a decent series? Oh wait, never mind.
Nope. Now they're just kicking shit.
And then they just hard cut back to like him playing ping pong, and I'm like, why?
Do we have to do this? And the whole training arc
care
with the
about
kicking, what was that
sports.
like? Was that like a 3-hour thing? I still don't get the time dilation there. Because he also fights a crystal ball thing as well, and he lays all the lore down,
which was set
while
after,
having a freaking carrot iced tea.
Yeah, I love that. That was so good.
That was a bit of fun.
So it had like the establishing bit with them kicking trees, and then they went back to his house and talked about shit, and then they went and did more training, which was him fighting the king boar, mithril boar thing, and then dumb bull sports.
And it's like cut to the 12 hours later. We're back at school.
When does he sleep?
Some 30-year-old guy in ping pong.
I kind of wish that had gone on just a little bit longer. I wish they had gone just a smidge longer.
That was the point where I was like, this is starting to lead into parody, because they're like, he's like, oh, how old is this guy? And then they explain that he is actually in the high school. And he's like the leader of the ping pong championships and
professional.
regional.
He's never lost a match.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm just like this. Okay, this is a little bit of fun.
Also, it took him two fucking things where he like burns a hole through the table, destroys a goddamn volleyball court, and then he's like, "Oh, maybe I should rein this in." Maybe bro, you should have reined it in. You should have fucking reined it in episode 2 when you saved everybody from the goddamn burning goddamn building. Goddamn. Hate this show so much.
He keeps trying to look around for his evolution. Did you notice that? He was just like, oh, it's not on my arms. I'm just waiting for him to look down and pull his pants out and go, oh, there's the evolution.
Oh. The evolution is even more Riz.
That's right. That's right.
Just, man. Oh, actually, if it changes his skin color, that would be hilarious. If he's like all of a sudden wakes up and he's black the next episode, I think it will creep out of like the worst show ever, just of how bad it is.
Except it just changes his skin color, not his features.
Yeah,
so it just looks like he's doing blackface.
No, the only other thing I want to change is the voice actor to being just like this real like stereotypical really black deep dude who yeah. But he also speaks fluent Japanese.
That would be leaning
like
too
he
hard.
Sounds like he's from the Bronx. Watashi wa name wa Yuya desu.
And everybody would just go, what? And then they carry on to the next scene.
Oh man, they would. They absolutely would.
They may even clap.
Wow, your suntan is amazing, and your Japanese is so fluent. All right, you know what? I've been Brad,
and I've been Logan,
and you'll see us again next week, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share us around. Deuces.